What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Shift on YouTube. Francisco Rojas here. Yes, I know it's been a minute. I haven't done videos. I know, I'm trying to get back to it. It's been a little busy, but I'm back trying to be consistent with more videos, trying to do once a week, as do Nick Earnshaw and I with our podcast once a week. Got a lot of stuff for you coming this summer. We'll have the link to the description in the latest podcast below. So nonetheless, back with the video. Man, somebody that I was real skeptical about this year, and I questioned why the Braves did this deal. They traded for Chris Sale. They traded somebody I thought had a lot of potential, in Vaughn Grissom, for Chris Sale, and I thought it was a bad move. I said, oh, Sale's been injured, blah, blah, blah. He's been otherworldly. He's been one of the best pitchers, not just in the National League, but in baseball. He leads the league. He leads the National League in FIP. Has an ERA just a hair over 2. His strikeout to walk ratio out of this world as well. So, the one thing that I've been skeptical about with Chris Sale has been, it was a couple of starts there. I'm like, it's just a couple of starts. Chris Sale is back. Chris Sale is back, and he is better than ever in 2024. I know that it's just 10 starts, but as long as Chris Sale, genuinely can stay healthy this year, because that's what we all know it's about. Chris Sale is truly back. And number one, that's where I want to start. It's always been about health. That's what it's always been about, health with Chris Sale. We know he has the stuff. The stuff has always been there. We'll get to the stuff in just a second. Stuff has always been there. Never been a question about Chris Sale. The fastball, the slider, the horizontal break he gets on that slider, the arm angle, the arm slide, all of that, Chris Sale, we know about the stuff. Always, it's an iconic arm slot that he's had the last decade or so, right? But it's always been about the health. This year, though, was able to have a normal offseason. Didn't have to worry about any hand, wrist injuries. Tommy John, it's tough to deal with. It's tough to deal with as a pitcher. So for Chris Sale to have just a regular offseason, totally a big deal. So number one, about Chris Sale really being back, it's been about health. Yes. So he's been able to have a normal offseason. And that's the thing that has absolutely plagued his, the last 5 years of his career have been injuries. And this year he's been able, knock on wood, he's been able to stay healthy. So Chris Sale, health, number one big thing. Number two, as far as the stuff goes, and let's just zone in on the slider here. The slider has been unbelievable. Obviously it's always been, his, top 1 or 2 pitches. He's, that fastball slider combo. But the slider this year, man, I know only 10 starts in, that's a third of a year, but still a decent sample size. A run value, according to StatCast, of 10. That's tied for 4th in Major League Baseball. This is out of an array of pitches. This isn't just the slider. But as far as just any pitch in baseball, he has a run value of 10. And that is, again, like I said, it's top 5 in baseball. His slider has just been unbelievable. He's got a 40% whiff percentage on it, and he's got almost a 30% put away percentage on it as well. So Chris Sale really doing his thing with his slider this year. That is what Chris Sale does. We've seen it with that slider before, and that has really been a big deal about why he's been successful this year, and why I really think that he is back to being Chris Sale, that iconic slider. And number 3, just in general, his control, the way, obviously, 11 K per 9, but in general, his strikeout to walk ratio this year leads the National League at almost 9. And that's what, if you look at the prime of his career, that was always kind of his bread and butter, was the strikeout to walk stuff. Between 2014, 2017, 2018 there, before he started getting hurt. He was always, in baseball in general, he was always top 5 to top 10. You know, and especially those years in like from like 15 to 17, those 3 years he was a top 3 guy in that statistic. So Chris Sale has always been, you know, his control with his stuff to his ability to not walk guys has always been there. And this year is just, at least through 10 starts, leading the National League. So it's a good sign for Chris Sale for me to say that he's back. And also his walks per 9, I already told you the walk stuff there, but his walks per 9 right now also leads the National League, as well as his FIP. His FIP is a very minuscule 210, I believe it is. Yes, 211. So FIP, you know, Chris Sale, just overall this year, through 10 starts, 2.12 ERA, 63 innings, is also going deep into these games. I feel he's got like 7 innings through a majority of these starts. Almost 80 strikeouts on the year. Chris Sale is back. Chris Sale is back. It's all about staying healthy. That's what it's about with Chris Sale. But you let me know. You can tweet me at Rojas_media_. You can also let me know in the comments on YouTube. I would love to know what your thoughts are on Chris Sale right now. As a Phillies fan, I don't love it. But, you know, if you're a Braves fan, what you got with him, Fried, Reynaldo Lopez, top of your rotation without Strider, it's a big deal for the Atlanta Braves. So, Chris Sale, is he back? Let me know in the comments. Me and Nick will be back with some more content, as I will, you know, with some of these videos. Going to try to do these more often. So, Francisco Rojas, another video, first one in a while, and catch you guys soon.